of telling Kenyans that they shouldn't be amazed. These alliances will come and go. In fact, they've been there for some time. And according to me, I thought they even started at the wrong time. And the truth of the matter, when you are talking of all these party leaders, Gideon Moi, Kalonzo Musyoka, Mudavadi, Changula, all those people, Raila, Odinga, Kenyatta, William Ruto. The issue is, and the tragedy that these people are, I think every one of them is wasting Kenyans' time with all these alliances today and tomorrow, is that all of them want to be presidents. And in fact, what is now making them come together or disintegrate is not the issues affecting Kenyans, but the issue affecting their individual positioning as the president of the nation. Now, I'm on record saying earlier that why I think they are unnecessarily confusing Kenyans and wasting time. We only have one seat in this nation. And so the 7 to 10 of them who have got the presidential ambition as of now, if they really want to make alliances, then the straight thing is they must agree to support one of them to be the presidential candidate. And this is what they are not willing to do. So they keep running up and down in the name of alliances. And until they do this, I say they are wasting Kenyans' times. And even the young people especially, that are so passionate about some of these people. Some of them are graduates that I was talking about in Parliament yesterday. Let me warn you, graduates. Let me warn you, young people. Get something to do. Lay your hands on something for God to bless you, to make a difference. Stop waiting for your miracle from these people who are making alliances. These people are working for their miracle. Even me, you mentioned that it is in the public domain that I want to be a governor. I'm working to be a governor for 2 reasons. Because I think I have something that it will take to make the young people, especially of Migori County, live in a different Migori. And that one is a subject for another day. However, even that position of governor, yes, others also want it. So whatever alliances that I'm making are only lobbying for my support to that seat. And I think this is the most practical thing. So Kenyans, I say, some people started making these alliances too early. And they are making them when none of them has got the decision to support the other. And you see, when you have 10 of them, and each one of them is refusing to support the other, the best they can do is to go alone, and we see what happens.
So that is the only option they have?
According to me, I think that is it. I may be wrong, I can be corrected. But you see, when they walk into this alliance today and tomorrow, they are going for another one and another. And when you listen to them carefully, you know me, I don't hate any of these people. They are all Kenyans, and I think they are formidable, and they are capable. They have been leaders before. And what I care much about all these people, what is their idea? What is the new idea that they have, especially now that I'm ODM, and I will still support Raila's presidency? I am asking them, what new idea do they have as far as improving Kenyans' life standards that Raila has never spoken about in this country? If they can ask that question for me now, I will also consider supporting them. But because they are not answering this question, they are only playing gimmicks. Because, for example, when we graduate doctors from our own institutions and universities, some of our doctors from Kenya have proven to be the best doctors in the world, dealing with even tropical diseases which Wazungus cannot deal with. Now these doctors of ours are given wheelbarrow. But we import doctors from Cuba. Listen to me, don't hurry with these questions. We are importing doctors from Cuba, but our own sons and daughters who are doctors are in the street. We are giving them wheelbarrow in the name of economic empowerment. Are we crazy as Kenyans? What are we talking about? There is a need for our leaders, me included, because I would want you to call me for a very exclusive interview why Pamela wants to be a governor in Migori County. Even if you ask me why I wanted to become a woman of Migori County, I will still tell you. and I've achieved all those objectives. I have made Migorians and Kenya know that however little resources you have, if you use them for the purpose that was intended, they would still create some impact. I was here to prove that there are people in this country, professionals, women like me and men, who are still thoughtful of how we do the how part of our issue. Kenya is not short of policies. Kenya is not short of legislation. Kenya is not short of anything. Kenya is dying. Kenya is starving for who can do it right. And this is what we are saying. So when these alliances come and people join and they leave, the only issue here, I don't know, it is this stubbornness of not wanting to do what the Bible says, that at some stage you might have to count others better than you. This is why we are saying, let their democracy, let each one of them stand, let them stop harassing us with these coalitions we cannot even last 2 days. And everybody just comes to the field. Kenyans will decide. I will forever mourn for a young man who now died, an old man, who did not even now know his name, the late Kenneth Matiba. A sharp Kenyan that was ruined at some stage as I was watching, as I was growing up. This guy one day spoke and said, let the Kenyans, let the people decide. So now that they are not able to form an alliance with an attitude of supporting the best among them for whatever reason, because they must have some criteria. Why are we supporting? Like me, I support visions. I don't support just people. Like I'm not supporting Raila Odinga because he's a Luo. But I think from that tender age, I support Raila for two things. If there is somebody who has been consistent in his quest to have the resources of this country distributed equally among Kenyans, so that if you are enjoying life in Cape Kinsey here, there is another Cape Kinsey in Turkana and Migori, it is Raila Odinga. That is the naked truth. Then he has been such consistent in chasing this quest, to the extent that even when he's given the most high seat like Prime Minister and all the lucrative thing, the moment he senses that the team, and most of the leader who is the president, is not willing anymore to implement those objectives that they fought for, Raila would simply do the honorable thing and step aside and say, no, I cannot be party to this. I cannot enjoy here when my people are on ashes. I've never seen another man in Kenya in my lifetime who has behaved like Raila. People have baptized him and given him very crazy names. But me, deep inside me, I know, and you can mark this, and please keep this, you will pull it out at some stage. When Raila will be no more in this country, Kenyans will mourn for him. For real. Wacha hii ya crocodile tears ambao watu wanaenda kwa their outright enemies' funerals and say he was my best friend. Kenyans will genuinely mourn for a leader like Raila Odinga. And that's why I'm saying all these alliances this time round, let us make this Raila president even for just 1 year, and then we see what happens in this country.
Okay.
Ask me for a fate of something that I'm not party to. I'm not the decision maker in the One Kenya alliance, so it's fate. I don't know. Please,
we've seen politicians sugarcoating other political parties.
Listen, they are not sugarcoating. What they are doing is called lobbying and kushawishi to mob up support for themselves. You understand? And that is it. That is what politics is all about. Politics is not a journey where you go alone. You want to go with others. You need other people's support. So that's what's happening. It's not anything serious according to me. And that's why I'm talking especially to the younger generation. I may not be, I think according to Kenyan institutions, I'm neither youth nor elderly. I'm somewhere I'm in between. But I think I'm closer to the youth because I've been handling these people all along my life. And even now, I came to Parliament leaving the classroom. Go look for anybody who learned at Highway Boys, somebody who learned at Rio High, somebody who learned at State House Girls, somebody who then learned at Jomo Kenyatta University or whatever level. They will tell you about the impact that Pamela has left in their life. So I felt the university was doing me a favor, but there were very few. I came to this public domain and I chose this particular seat because I wanted to impact on the youth of Migori. The youth of Migori that I was meeting when I was campaigning in 2016 is very different from the youth of Migori County today. Today you cannot go to any stage and tell border borders, go and shout at Pamela in a funeral. They would ask you, why are we shouting for her? What has she done? Because I've showed them that dignity, respect is earned. You respect yourself first, and then others will respect you. It is that simple. I've enabled them to be able to get their own bread without having to wait for me. So these are the kind of things that I want to see leaders doing. Not this halabaloo of one alliance after the other. And that's why, because Raila fought for devolution and everybody knows in this country, I am women rep courtesy of Raila's efforts. So as long as I live, I will support Raila.
Yeah.
I think I'm happy that at least we are doing something. Instead of just crying and saying nothing and making no efforts, they have reached this level. And I kudos to the young parliamentarians, me included, and that's why I was here. So I told you, much as I know, or I'm somewhere in between, but I'm young at heart, and I will remain this way for so long in Kenya, because at least I know I have a passion for young people. It pains me when I see somebody's young child being ruined in one way or another. So kudos to young parliamentarians, and we will encourage ourselves and others and support them in whatever way possible, really to support this idea. And that's why I want to echo what the young Nigerian parliamentarian said. He said something that is the truth in Kenya. Most of our young people, including some of them that we, kama mimi, I have sponsored some to colleges and even to the secondary schools. And until when they finish, the only thing that they can do with the little English that they have learned is to abuse leaders, including the people who sponsor them to do these kind of things. Some of them do not have, they don't even know where their IDs are. They don't have voters card. They don't have birth certificate. They don't have nothing. And yet, critical decisions of this nature in Kenya are now made through voting. So he said, and I quote, "Do not make noise. Simply arm yourself, get ready, vote. If you want good leadership, then identify those good leaders. It is not their looks, nor the height like mine. It has something to do with an idea that these people have that can change your life." It's not about money and handouts. This is where we are failing, because our young people cannot be elected because they don't have money to give handouts. But if we can mobilize our young people to listen to ideas, if Pamela comes and says, "Migori County young people, you are sitting on gold," do not dismiss Pamela. Ask her, "What do you mean?" And Pamela will tell you, our land can produce fruits. If we do fruits like what I'm doing in Migori, and we do them to a certain level that we can add value, then we will reap heavily. We can plant trees. Young people who have done horticulture, do tree seedlings. Our land is disappearing into the lake. No wonder the lake is now coming out, is killing us. It is shifting. There is nothing much. But if we can protect our soil, then these trees, when you make the seedlings, Pamela is ready to buy them, to give them to farmers, to plant them, more members to give them, plant them in their land. Under my program called Let's Make Migori County Again, Green Again. The young people that I've sponsored in this way, my God, when I go to them, they give me fuel to go away. And I've just been here in less than 4 years. So I am not convinced that we cannot make a change. We can. It is only that our attitude, our thinking, our actions, all our efforts have been geared towards abusing each other. The issue is, can we tackle issues that are affecting us as old people and as young people? When our soil is going all into the lake in the name of erosion, what do we do about it? Okay? I think I was asked this same question. Was it? No, it must have been your TV. And I said, all a parliamentarian needs to know is the role. There is the legislative role, there is the representation role, and the supervisory role. So these roles are played at different parts of the country, and either at the constituency level, like in my case, my constituency is Migori County level. But then there is also this legislative role that will require that when there is an issue to be discussed and made into law, I need to quickly think on behalf of Migori County or share with them, and then they give me the ideas. I come and present those ideas. As we make decisions there, they will be making that decision with Migori's contribution in mind. Like yesterday, I was talking about the issue of taxation along the borderline. Why would we have scanners that can detect what is in a truck on the Uganda side of Busia, and we don't have one at Mombasa, where these truckers come from. We don't have one even in our capital city where they pass, and we don't have one on the Kenyan side at Busia. And yet, over the years, Kenya is of the best. Other nations are able to do it, and in Kenya we don't have it. So I was telling them, yes, my committee, you did well, you visited the mega entry point, but along the Migori, Kenya-Tanzanian border, which is actually the longest, there are so many panya routes, and I believe every Kenyan understand this term panya routes. And some of the very huge amounts of these goods come through these panya routes and evade taxation.
Right.
So, colleague, the issue I'm talking about here, I was not just speaking as Pamela. Yes, I'm speaking as Pamela, but on behalf of the Migori County.
Sure.
Because their goods come in free of charge, our goods cannot go to their land free of charge.
In fact,
and these are the issues that are affecting us.
yeah, let me invite you on